Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and in this video I'm going to set up the Google Pixel 10a. If you haven't already, you can see the unboxing of the device, what comes in the box and my first impressions of the hardware. But in this video, as I said, we're going to set the whole device up. And the first thing I usually do with a new smartphone is find out where the SIM tray goes. In this case, you'll see that it is on the left-hand side of the device. Get my SIM ejector tool and pop it open. And then here I have my SIM card. It's a standard nano SIM and it goes in. Just be warned that if you do have a US variant of this device, you do have it with the Google Pixel 10a, but it is likely that at some point in the future you'll stop having a SIM tray, a physical SIM tray. Right then, I long press the button, power button on the side. It's above the volume rocker here on the right hand side of the device. I've got the Google Gemini logo and the Google logo, and it says hello. So first up, I'm going to choose language, English United Kingdom. Then I'm going to go for skip this. I want to set my device up as a new device. And I'll obviously need to connect to my Wi-Fi network. Great, so that's me now connected to the Wi-Fi network, and it says that it's getting the phone ready. Nice little touch here is the whole theme of the setup of the device is matching the color. In this case, they call it berry. This gives me very Google Nexus 5 bright red version vibes, which is something I really liked at the time. Then we get asked if we're setting this device up for a child or for myself. In this case, I'm going to go for myself. Now it's going to check info and obviously get some info from the internet. And then it's going to suggest we sign in for ease. We can search for accounts connected to this phone by obtaining your number. I'm going to skip that because this is not my main SIM card. Next, I'll sign into my Google account. Great, so obviously I'm signing into my personal account. It's then suggesting I use two-factor authentication, which I should have a notification for on this phone. Okay then it's the Google Terms of Service, which I agree to. As I've said many times here on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel, in Google we trust. Cool, so now I need to set up a PIN code. That's that done. And next we'll set up the finger unlock on the device. There's the usual warnings about how it works, how it is managed, and I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions of fingerprint unlock and start registering my fingerprint. So you'll see there's a target here with the fingerprint unlock on the screen, and then I need to press it multiple times, showing multiple parts of the thing. And on screen you should be able to see that there's light coming through my thumb. That's because essentially what is happening is a beam of light is being blasted through the screen, and then the reflection is captured, and that's how it recognizes your fingerprint. So then that's been added. I can add extra fingerprints at a later step if I wish to. Next up, we'll set up face unlock. I'm going to agree to this. How to set up face unlock. Let's start. I'm going to move my microphone cable. There we go. So that's the facial recognition unlock. It then suggests that we copy apps and data over. I'm going to mark this as do it later. Usual Google services location agreements, phone number verification, biometrics to verify your purchases, updates and apps and so on. I accept them all. So I'm going to turn on backup for photos and videos and other device data. I'm very happy with Google's Photos service. Here is the consumer hardware warranty agreement. I'm going to skip that for now. And then discover Google AI at its best. I already have a Google Gemini Pro account, so I won't need to sign up to that. But if you press and hold the power button for a long period of time, or for a long press, it activates Gemini Live. You can also use what used to be the prompt for the G Assistant to say, "Hey G," and it goes hands-free. It also now suggests that we enable car crash detection. That's on. Pixel Satellite SOS, so you can send SOS messages even when there's no mobile phone network, and you'll also receive crisis alerts. Then this is Quick Share. Yes, I agree to that. It's very useful. And then various other options that we can add on if we want to. So instant translations. Yep, let's say OK to that. Identify music around you. That's Google's essentially music verification, which is fantastic. I like that. Also adjust settings to the environment. I'll go with that. Review additional apps. Set up always on display. No, I prefer having my screen off. And I'll say we're finished for now. So that's the main part of the setup for the Google Pixel 10a. It now says swipe up to navigate. Let's try it. This is a quick tutorial about gesture navigation on the Google Pixel 10a. And this is back, so I swiped from left to right, switch apps. That's all done. So a quick tutorial on how to use gesture navigation on the Google Pixel 10a. There you go. So I'm going to swipe up, and we're now on the Google Pixel 10a, which is very, very berry. I know that sounds terrible, but essentially the background of the wallpaper, the UI, is very, very matching to the color of the device, which I really like. Nice little touch of details from there, Google. Now let's have a look at what's happening in the Google Play Store. There is pre-installed apps, all the Google apps, which are updating at the moment. You'll see that Google Docs, 3, Fitbit. 3 is actually my network operator here in the UK for the SIM card. And that's now all updating in the background. So there we go. That's the basic setup of the Google Pixel 10a. Obviously I'm going to install some apps which I find useful and which I use. Obviously I use messaging apps like Telegram and Facebook Messenger. Now, only known as Messenger. Bit of a swap there. I have to say, first impressions are the haptic feedback is really, really good. And the speed of the device, despite it being a slightly older chipset, so it's the 2025, was it the 2024 chipset from the Google flagship devices, is nice and zippy. So let's try going back and finding Messenger. There we go, Messenger auto-suggest install. That's great. So I've got my messaging needs covered. What else do I need? Obviously Amazon. There's a lot of Amazon apps I use a lot. So let's look at the Amazon apps. Obviously Amazon Shopping, Prime Video, Amazon Music, Amazon Photos, great way to back up your photos if you have an Amazon Prime account, Instagram, obviously, now that Twitter's not around anymore, I'm going to use Threads. That's actually quite a pleasant app once you curate your feed. Reddit. Okay, so all my main apps are installing. As you can see, it is working in the background. We also have a suggestion that we finish setting up your device. It's going to suggest I copy stuff over, finish pixel setup, start. I don't want to copy stuff over, so I'm going to skip that. And that will pretty much conclude the setup of my Google Pixel 10a. Great, so same screen as we've just been through. I'm going to ignore that and say that it's done. And apps are still updating and installing in the background. So one thing I like doing on my Pixel devices is just organizing the lower folders that go in the dock. I'll have my messaging apps all in one place. There we go, I'm creating a chat folder with my most used messaging apps, and we'll have a separate one for social media. And put that down there. So yeah, there we go. That's my Pixel 10a pretty much set up. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more, please do leave us a comment in the section below. And as usual, if you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets, accessories, and anything else we think makes the travel experience better. Speaking of travel, my wife and I are going to Korea and Japan next week. We will be doing some vlogs and content from there. And for travel, I have a few accessories and gadgets which I will be reviewing on that trip. Also, in the next few days, I'll also be unboxing and reviewing a case I purchased for the Google Pixel 10a. So if you want to watch that, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. But for now, thanks again for watching, and goodbye from me.